Welcome back, Myco listeners, Myco patrons, Myco wanderers, and all you cosmic travelers drifting somewhere between spores and stars. You're tapped into TMN-Podcast 2.0, produced by the Mushroom Network, where fungi aren't just organisms, they're systems, and the systems never stop running. Today's transmission is loaded. We've got major movement in fungal science, some long-term issues that refuse to slow down, and discoveries that remind us just how much of this planet is still quietly undocumented. Before we dive deep, let's surface for a moment and check the TMN updates and fungal news, because the network's been busy. First, updates from inside the network. We've got new specimens actively brewing that will be available exclusively through the network's Myco Emporium. That includes geocinos, aeroplants, and more in the pipeline. Living systems at different stages of becoming, curated and released only when they're ready to survive outside the lab. We're also sitting on several hundred mulberry clones currently in progress, lining up for this coming spring. If conditions cooperate, this could be one of our strongest propagation seasons yet. And with spring on the horizon, we're watching the landscape closely. Foraging season is shaping up, and early indicators are promising. No guarantees, but the signs are there.
Hundreds of mulberries, new specimens incubating, foraging season warming up. This is the part where the ecosystem rubs its hands together and says, all right, let's see who planned ahead.
First up, this one matters. Mycologist Toby Kears has been awarded the 2026 Tyler Prize for Environmental Achievement, often called the Nobel Prize for the Environment, for groundbreaking work on mycorrhizal fungi and the vast underground networks they form. Her research has reshaped how we understand forests, not as collections of individual trees, but as interconnected systems, where fungi actively manage carbon flow, nutrient exchange, and water movement across entire ecosystems. These networks don't just support plant life. They regulate it, negotiate resource sharing, and dynamically respond to environmental stress. In other words, the underground economy just got a global spotlight.
Ah yes, fungi finally receiving a human award for doing exactly what they've been doing for, checks geological clock, 400 million years. Congratulations to the mycelium for tolerating us long enough to notice.
Quick flash Myco news alert, and this one stays on our radar. The drug-resistant fungus Candida auris continues spreading globally. It's now been identified in dozens of US states and at least 60 countries worldwide, with rising cases and increasing antifungal resistance. We've covered C. auris before, but this is an ongoing issue. It's a reminder that fungi aren't just ecological engineers. They're also capable of reshaping medical systems when conditions allow. Awareness matters, monitoring matters, and pretending this is a one-and-done situation definitely does not matter.
Hospitals discovering their ecosystems too, just with worse lighting and significantly angrier microbes.
Next, proof the map is still unfinished. Scientists have reported the discovery of 2 new species of Ceteria fungi in Argentine Patagonia. What makes this fascinating is that these species look nearly identical to known varieties, yet genetically they're distinct and entirely endemic to the region. It's a reminder that fungal diversity doesn't always announce itself with spectacle. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, quietly rewriting taxonomy while we walk right past it.
Nature's favorite game. Looks the same, isn't the same. Good luck.
And finally, new funding, deeper questions. A National Science Foundation grant is expanding research into Basidiobulus species, focusing on their evolution and unique metabolites. This work could shed light on horizontal gene transfer in fungi, how genetic material moves between organisms in ways that challenge traditional evolutionary models. It's another signal that fungi don't just evolve slowly in the background. They remix, they adapt, they innovate.
When your genome treats copyright law as a suggestion.
So that's the latest from the surface layer of the network. New specimens taking shape, forests being re-understood from the ground up, warnings flashing in medical systems, and species still stepping out of places we thought we already knew. But don't go anywhere. Right after this Myco break, we're dropping straight into this week's Myco-Deep-Dive. What happens when a node transitions? Stay connected. The system doesn't pause, and neither do we.
Something ancient has awakened. not a place you browse, a place that calls. Living systems, rare forms, handled with respect. This isn't a shop. It's an encounter. Myco Emporium, where the weird gets wonderful. Come see it for yourself. Find us on our YouTube channel, The Mushroom Network. Yeah, that one. Or on Facebook, Myco Emporium. And you can always step inside at myco-emporium.com to explore our attractions and specimens, both live and transcended, with detailed care guides and fully sportastic vibes. Enter if you're ready.
Welcome, Myco listeners, back. You're tuned into another Mushroom Network Deep Dive, and today we are looking deeply at what happens when a node transitions. And the immediate thing you notice, if you just, listen, is that there's no pause. The system doesn't wait.
Not at all. It's like a mission-critical system. Think of a server rack during a thunderstorm. The failover process doesn't wait for permission. It's already happening.
Right.
Here, the entity is just chemistry, the structure is mycelium and soil, and it has to continue no matter what happens to any one piece of it.
And if it did wait, the consequences would be almost instant. Every second of neutrality is a loss of control.
That's the whole operational logic, isn't it? Just can't afford to pause.
No. Opportunistic organisms they're constantly testing the boundaries. They take ground, the gradients destabilize.
And competition just explodes. The habitat, it just doesn't tolerate empty space. Mm-hmm. So when a node stops, it's active output breathing, signaling, all that, the system doesn't log a loss.
Oh, it logs a new resource.
Exactly. It's just unbudgeted inventory that's suddenly available for reallocation.
And the material itself proves that. It's not gone. The mass, the water trapped inside, the carbon structure, all of it is still right there, inside the system.
Its function just changes, but the assets are still there, just locked, waiting for the right key.
Which is why that simple dead versus alive binary is so useless from a logistical view.
Totally useless. The system doesn't care about that. It cares about material condition. It cares about access. Our sources point to a few metrics that actually matter.
Okay, like what?
Like available versus inaccessible. Can decomposers physically get to it? Or stable versus volatile. Is this thing going to release nutrients slowly or just flood the whole area at once?
And the big one, wet versus dry.
Oh, that's the master switch. Always. Moisture controls everything. Enzyme activity, transport. If it's dry, the asset is on hold. If it's wet, that's a green light for immediate breakdown.
You also have protected versus exposed, right?
Yeah.
Like, is the bark still intact?
Yeah, has the barrier been breached? And finally, maybe the most intense one, claimed versus contested. Has a dominant fungus already moved in and secured it, or is it, open season for everyone?
That initial claim process is just ferocious to watch.
It's pure urgency.
So we have to define the transcended specimen in those rigorous terms. It's matter that stopped its own life processes, but it's still functionally integrated. It switched from consuming resources to releasing them.
And becoming infrastructure.
Right. From worker to building.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Think about the investment a tree makes. Decades, just locking carbon into these incredibly complex, dense structures. Lignin, cellulose, all designed to resist decay.
A locked-door skyscraper.
A locked-door skyscraper that suddenly becomes a public library for decomposers. And the fungi, they're the system's accountants. They don't see a dead tree, they see inventory.
Decades of stored carbon.
Decades of it. They're calculating the nutrient release schedule, sure, but also its physical value. How much water can this thing hold? What's its surface area for network expansion?
And its new outputs are all long-term contributions. You've got the obvious nutrient release, carbon, nitrogen, all that.
But also, its ability to retain moisture is just immense. Decaying tissue acts like this incredible sponge, buffering the whole local area against, sudden dry spells.
It's a hotel. a microbial hotel.
A multi-story one. You get these layered communities of bacteria and fungi forming so fast. And as they work, they change the local chemistry. The pH shifts.
Which then determines who can move in next. It's like a chemical gatekeeper.
And it serves as fungal scaffolding, a stable highway for mycelial networks to grow on. And then you have the visible stuff, the structural habitat for mites, springtails, isopods, all these little guys who rely on that shelter.
The material hasn't left the system at all. It just got a new job description. A permanent one.
One that can last for decades.
Okay, let's zoom in. If we track a smaller event, say a sapling transition, we can see the whole logistical chain play out. The system registers a resource drop. What happens first?
The first phase is immediate. We're talking minutes to hours, and it's all chemical. The first thing to stop is water transpiration.
Which immediately changes the moisture in the root zone.
Subtly, but yeah, instantly. But the really critical shutdown is the root exudates. The pumping just stops.
And we need to be clear about those exudates. They're not just waste. They're custom designed chemical subsidies.
A constant feed of sugars and amino acids going out to very specific microbial communities. It's an active, ongoing payment.
So the root microbiome is like a highly specialized city that runs entirely on this one delivery service.
Exactly. And when that delivery stops, the city faces immediate energy bankruptcy. The microbes adapted to those specific sugars just starve.
That's the first thread you pull in this massive microbial sweater.
And it all happens before you can even see any visible decay on the surface. Then you hit the axis phase, hours to days.
And this is about microfractures, right? New doorways opening up in the tissue.
Right. And this is the key thing. The decomposers don't really arrive, they activate. Many of them were already there, just as dormant spores, waiting.
They're not waiting for an invitation, they're waiting for a chemical cue.
A cue and a physical access point. Fungal hyphae are active foragers. They're not passive. They actively follow these chemical trails, these volatile organic compounds released by dying cells.
It's a scent trail that says, nutrients here, access confirmed.
And that's what rerouting is. It's this hyper-efficient redirection of growth toward that new concentrated food source. And its water retention capacity just skyrockets, maybe 10 times what it was.
Which completely changes the local physics. The evaporation patterns are different.
You get this persistent pocket of humidity right there on the forest floor, a stable little microclimate. And that stability is what drives everything. Mosses, certain fungi, they respond aggressively to that reliable water source.
Because water decides everything.
It's the operational axiom of this whole process. Stable moisture means continuous enzyme activity. Continuous activity means predictable, long-term extraction.
And by the time we get to the community phase, weeks to years later, we're so far beyond talking about a dead sapling.
Oh yeah, it's established infrastructure by then. It's a living neighborhood that's actively shaping who wins and who loses nearby. It provides shade, shelter, a reliable nutrient drip.
It's influencing what's going to grow there for the next 5 years.
It's so important to shift our view away from words like rot or decay. It's not that, it's a mechanical process.
Handled by specialists.
Exactly. Fungi are the demolition crew, using these highly targeted enzymes to just systematically dismantle the plant tissue.
But even demolition is a bit misleading. It's more like a chemical extraction process on a massive scale.
That's a better way to put it. The system is turning locked assets, these big complex molecules, into liquid currency.
Smaller, spendable compounds,
Yeah.
simple sugars, things that can be used or transported right away.
And lignin is the toughest vault in the whole system. I mean, it was designed specifically to be a defense. Only very specialized fungi, like white rot fungi, have the right enzymatic keys to open that vault.
It's the system calling in the high-cost specialist to get to the most valuable inventory.
And because these fungi are a network, they don't just consume it right there, they redistribute it. That's why just calling them recyclers is so incomplete.
Their transport infrastructure.
They're the whole package. They're the detection system, the connection, the delivery route, and the rerouting platform all in one. The network detects the resource drop, connects that spot to the wider system, and starts shipping nutrients and water to places hundreds of feet away.
Linking a resource-rich zone with a zone of high demand.
It's a supply chain rollout. And that's why the whole idea of the grand cosmic mycelial network, it aligns so perfectly with the logistics we can actually observe.
So when a node transitions, the system responds through, 3 main channels?
3 main reroute channels, yeah. All dictated by the speed of change.
So first is nutrient flux. The initial cell breakdown makes all the mobile stuff, nitrogen, phosphorus, instantly available.
And that flood of resources kicks off this intense fungal competition, which is actually a critical mechanism for stability.
How so?
Well, you get the fast-growing opportunists, the molds, they rush in first to grab all the easy sugars, but they get outcompeted pretty quickly by the slower, specialist colonizers who can actually break down the tough stuff.
Ones who can tackle the lignin.
Right. And that succession ensures the whole process happens over time. It prevents any one organism from just monopolizing the whole thing.
Okay, second channel. Moisture realignment. This is the physical infrastructure part.
The transcended specimen becomes a planned long-term moisture reservoir. It's not just a wet spot, it's actively regulating the local microclimate.
And that localized humidity pocket governs everything downstream.
Everything. The efficiency of the enzymes, insect behavior, microbial growth. The physical object is now an active component of the local climate control.
And the third one is biotic signaling. This is complex behavior from simple chemistry.
Yeah, as the tissues break down, they release these chemical gradients, these odor cues, phenolic compounds, terpenes.
They're logistical instructions.
Exactly. The specific scent from a decaying pine tree might repel some common molds, but actively attract a very specific fungus that's adapted to its defense compounds. The decaying matter itself is sending out real-time chemical memos to the community.
And the pH shifts from all that metabolic activity act like gates, controlling who can move in and when. It's an orderly cue.
It is. And the remarkable thing is how this all contrasts with us. With our human tendency, we look for a story, a dramatic pause, a final scene.
But the system isn't written for an audience. It's designed for absolute, uninterrupted continuity.
It treats every transition like an internal bulletin. New substrate available, redeem immediately.
That operational ruthlessness is the whole point. That's what makes the system resilient. A network that fails when one part goes down is a badly designed network.
And this all connects back to that idea of nested systems, that a forest is just layers upon layers of interconnected feedback loops.
So a tiny sapling transitioning changes the local moisture,
which changes the moss growth, which changes the insects, which changes seed dispersal, which 50 years from now changes the structure of the forest.
The flow links everything.
Yes.
Transition isn't disappearance, it's reassignment.
The node never leaves the network. Its function just changes, and the supply chain instantly reroutes around it.
And knowing that the system's absolute refusal to pause is the very thing that guarantees life can persist. That feels like the most profound insight here.
It is.
So next time you're out and you see this process, don't just focus on what was lost. Look at the inventory for the next decade of life. What are the locked assets in your system just waiting to be turned into liquid currency?
All right, that's where we're going to leave it for now. If that Myco-Deep-Dive just shifted something in how you're seeing the system, good. Don't go anywhere. Right after this brief Myco break, we're coming back with fungal reflections led by the Spore Keeper. And trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. Same network, different frequency.
Are you tired of the same three corporations controlling all the music you hear?
Yeah, so were we. So we said spore it and made our own. Welcome to TMN Radio, where we've infected the airwaves with fungi-powered frequencies. We got underground bangers, Myco-Deep-Dives, and cosmic beats big box media is too scared to touch. 24/7. No ads, except this one. And, well, these are actually technically called Myco breaks. So inhale some mycelium-infused air, embrace your inner tree hugger, and get ready for some mind-blowing mycomania. The Mushroom Network has spoken. You've been chosen.
Tune in, the hottest growing underground network around.
TMN Radio. It's alive.
Hold on. Before anyone gets emotional about that sapling we were just talking about, because the forest absolutely did not. I checked twice. No No black armbands on the trees. No moment of silence. No tiny fungal choir humming respectfully in D minor. Nothing. The system just went... Oh, that stopped moving. Cool. Which is upsetting, right? Deeply rude. Astronomically inconsiderate. Because we are built for meaning. We love a good narrative arc. Beginning, middle, tragic ending, tasteful memorial plaque, maybe a bench. The ecosystem does not want your bench. The ecosystem wants access. And the moment something transitions, and yes, I'm saying transitions because dead is a biologically lazy word, the moment it transitions, the forest basically yells, "New substrate just dropped!" You can almost hear it. Somewhere underground, a fungus is like, "Hey guys, hey, I don't want to alarm anyone, but the cellulose situation just improved." And suddenly, everyone's busy. See, humans think death is an event. The system treats it like a software update. No ceremony, no patch notes, just version 3.2.1 installed. Moisture handling improved. Bug fixes include former organism. And we get mad about that. We're like, wow, nature is cruel. No, nature is efficient and has meetings scheduled. This is what nobody tells you. If the system actually paused every time something meaningful ended, everything would collapse in about, let's be generous, 40 minutes. Because empty space in ecology isn't neutral. Empty space is an open bar. You leave a chair empty at a party, someone sits in it. You leave nutrients unused in a forest. Congratulations, you just invited 12 fungi, 7 bacteria, 3 insects, and 1 creature that looks like a lint demon with opinions. That's not cruelty, that's throughput. And throughput does not care about your feelings. Which, before anyone panics, does not mean your feelings are invalid. It just means your feelings are running on a different operating system. Humans run on biographies. Ecosystems run on budgets. Carbon budgets. Nitrogen budgets. Water budgets. There is no column labeled sentimental value.
And listen, I've looked. I've gone through the ledgers. I've asked the mycelium directly and it just stared at me in that way fungi do, like, why are you like this? Take the sapling. Humans say, we lost a tree. The system says, fantastic, we just got stored carbon, trapped water, structural complexity, shade, microclimate stability, and a new commuter highway for High-Fay. Same object, different job. That's the part that messes people up. Because we want endings. The forest wants reassignment, and fungi are thrilled about this. Fungi don't look at a fallen tree and think, how tragic. They think, who built this absolute snack of a skyscraper and locked all the doors? Because that's what wood is. Locked doors. Cellulose. Lignin. Plants basically spent decades hoarding carbon and going, no touching. And fungi roll up like, oh, don't worry, I brought enzymes. This is why fungi are the most honest accountants on the planet. They don't moralize, they inventory. They see surface area, they see moisture retention, they see transport potential. They look at a corpse the way humans look at an unlocked fridge at 2 a.m. Not with malice, with purpose. And once that breakdown starts, once the bark cracks, once the tissues soften, oh buddy, now you've got a neighborhood. Not a dead thing. A living infrastructure project. Water starts sticking around longer. Humidity pockets form. Moss gets interested.
Insects show up. Larvae move in, and everyone acts surprised. They're like, wow, life came back. No, life never left. You just changed the zoning laws. This is why calling decomposers recyclers is underselling them. They're logistics managers, they're demolition crews, they're transport networks. A mycelial network can take nutrients from that fallen sapling and ship them 3 meters away to a completely different plant like, hey, you look like you could use some phosphorus. That's not decay, that's redistribution. That's the forest running background processes while humans are still standing there whispering, wow. And here's the funniest part. The system is doing all of this, rerouting nutrients, reallocating water, broadcasting chemical signals, while humans are arguing about whether calling something dead is disrespectful. The fungus does not care what word you use. It cares if the substrate is wet. Wet versus dry is more important than alive versus dead. Let me say that again because that one makes people itch. Moisture matters more than mortality. That's not philosophy, that's mycology. And every time we try to turn this into a stage play, slow music, meaningful camera angles, the ecosystem is like, can you move? You're standing in a nutrient gradient. So yeah, if this feels uncomfortable, good. That means you're noticing the gap between how humans want the world to work and how it actually keeps itself running. The system doesn't pause. It can't. Because if it did, something opportunistic would take over. And honestly, something always does anyway. That's not pessimism, that's stability. Which is wild because stability in nature doesn't look calm. It looks like constant controlled chaos where nobody wins too hard for too long. So the next time something ends and it feels abrupt, unfinished, unacknowledged, remember, the forest didn't ignore it. The forest immediately put it to work. And whether you find that horrifying or comforting, probably says more about you than it does about the system. Anyway, I should probably stop talking before the mycelium files a noise complaint. The network's busy, and it's got places to be.
You're now tuned in to Fungal Frequencies, a dedicated session inside TMN-Podcast 2.0. Beneath this conversation, beneath the surface layer of sound, the network is already playing. Thousands of tracks move underground, unindexed, unadvertised, like truffles waiting for the right pressure to reveal them. If you're searching for the true underground signal, the sound that spreads quietly, connects everything, and keeps growing whether you're listening or not, you've already found it. www.tmn-radio.com. This is the Mushroom Network. Stay connected.
Soil keeps time. I blink, the network keeps moving. Quiet world, loud consequences.
The dirt is on, it's the whole machine.
moving in. Carbon turns liquid in the ledger, and silence becomes a traffic. Background processes still running. Time under everything. Your story wants an ending. Time runs on rerouting. Background processes still running. Time under everything. You mourn in the foreground. Other roots do saturating. If you listen close, it's not quiet. It's efficient.
Yo.
Dunk in the mud, everybody heard it, nobody said sorry.
Fresh fall, new buffet. Air turns loud in a quiet way. I feel flex like antennae, following centrals like a map in candy. You call it tragic, I call it timing. The whole floor starts reorganizing. Flames go up, waters get drawn by things that don't need New substrate just dropped. New straight just dropped. Watch the underground pop. First to bite, first to route. Nothing sacred, only do bud. Underground pop. New substrate just dropped. Watch the underground pop. First to bite, first to route. Nothing sacred, only through bud. Bark splits, access opens. Microfractures become tokens. Mites commute, larvae clock in, and the log turns into a city again.
No speeches, no stage lights, just enzymes in the night. If the system had a slogan, it'd be redeem it while it's
New substrate just dropped. Competition never stop. You wanted a hush to land. The soil just made new plans. Welcome to the feast. No invitations. clever. If nobody's there, does it ring? Roots already tagged the vibration. Stamp the moment, log the thing. Sap line snap, gravity spoke. Shockwave ran through the mold. Every fiber felt the message. Every network node took hold. You think silence means absent. You think quiet means none. But the dirt keeps records. Long after you're gone, if a tree falls on tall, hears it, hears it. Every tremor gets archived. You debate it up in daylight. Roots already filed the time. Microfractures send the memo. Fungal lines light up the grid. No witnesses needed for truth. Just pressure waves and where they hit. Carbon shifts is future plans. Moisture pools like open taps. What you call an empty forest calls it next phase, calls it labs. You joke that it's coming for you. Like there's fear, like there's doom. But everything is processed here. Just eventually. Just in time. If a tree falls, a network hears it. Nothing happens unseen. You call endings hypothetical. The soil calls it routine. It heard the fall. It'll hear you too. Not today. Just scheduled.
Update queued. Roots awake. No consent form. Just a new shape. Something stopped exporting heat. System flagged a vacant seat. Not for mourning, not for prayer. Just a new flow everywhere. Logs retain what leaves behind. Water reroutes carbon signs. Old permissions get revoked. New pathways quietly invoke.
Nothing left matters, they just changes depth. Carbon unlocked, water resorted, signals rerouted, routes reported. There's an update, ecosystem. Lies written in the low, crew calls in the dog, same word, different architecture. And so, ecosystem. Lies written in the low, crew calls in the dog, same word, different architecture. And so, ecosystem. Lies written in the low, crew calls in the dog, same word, different architecture. And so, ecosystem.
ecosystem. Vegan up in the balloon. Glucose on the ground, in the same world, it's an architecture. Ecosystem. Up in the balloon. Glucose on the ground, in the same world, it's an architecture. Bark breach opens hidden pores. Ends out, knock down old supports. Microclimate stabilize. New cities form where goodbye. Access granted, claims begin. Competition floods right in. Nothing sacred, nothing lost. Just redistributed credits fade to black. The soil pushed a roll back. A hot fix in the root zone. Now the map feels overgrown. The soil ecosystem blazing along the line. Protocols in the dark, same different architecture. The soil ecosystem. Protocols in the dark, same world, different architecture. Install, running, optimize, unstoppable. Install, running, optimized, unstoppable. If it felt bad, it kept processing. You want the world to act polite, hold the door, dim the light, but the dirt runs day and night. No apology in the supply, no feeling in the nutrient flow, just pressure pass and overflow. He leaves slow, chemistry stays, the math keeps time in other ways. Call it cold, call it mean, it's just maintenance unseen. A machine made of living parts that never pauses for broken hearts. System doesn't care, system works. Moves the load, shifts the dirt. Your tears hit the interface. It still runs at the same pace. Still running, still running, still running. No downtime to fight, just appetite. Wet pockets form spores, take routes while humans argue what loss about. Borders drawn in fungal ink by things that don't stop to think. No villains here, no grand design, just stupid optimizing time. Sub-basil, not emotional. Emotional. Stop into a star without ever changing its heart. System doesn't care, system works. System works. Every end becomes a perk. It becomes a perk. Silence isn't what you think. What you think. It's logistics underfoot.
Mama winning in my glass frame. I'm a mama winning in my glass frame. I'm a mama winning in my breast frame.
And before we dissolve back into the substrate, if you're still here, if you made it all the way through, that tells us something.
You're not a casual listener. You're not background noise. You're a true truffle of TMN. Rare, hard to find, part of the underground network that keeps this whole thing alive.
To our VIP Myco patron supporters, thank you for feeding the system, for letting this strange living idea keep growing, for understanding that this isn't content, it's habitat. If you want to keep walking the aisles with us to see what's glowing, growing, and quietly running the place, you'll find us at facebook.com/Myco-Emporium, or just search Myco Emporium and look for the neon blue glowing butterfly. No pressure, no rush. The system will still be here when you arrive. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and remember, nothing you love ever really leaves.
I'm on the way, then I'm a
Mycoverse transmission acknowledged. Signal coherence within acceptable variance. Biological input successfully received. Cognitive resonance detected. Listener node classified as active participant. No corrective action required. This channel will now enter dormancy. Ambient systems remain operational. Memory persistence is not guaranteed. Influence persistence is inevitable. You are cleared to disengage. The network does not require your attention to continue. Mycoverse audio transmission complete.